Well, as we're getting started today, let's allow the breath to be super deep with the inhale. And through the exhale, our goal is to try to feel the diaphragm. So what we're going to do is do that nice slow exhale and continue to squeeze it out and continue to squeeze it out until it feels like there's no more air to squeeze out. And then you can let the slow inhale start to fill. So in that way, we're really feeling the diaphragm work. We're helping to strengthen it, strengthen the tissues. And at that nice inhale. This is one way that we can increase the lung capacity is by helping to work on that, the strength of the exhale, strength of the diaphragm. So let's take 2 more deep cycles like that, really trying to squeeze out every last bit of air and maybe even holding another moment longer past that last. And then the good inhale. And we'll go through about 2 more rounds like that while we're here. Beautiful. Then from this point, we're going to pick someone, something, some place, pick something to be kind of our dedication for our class today. Imagine that as we receive benefits in our body, we're also transferring all these energetic and spiritual benefits to whoever or whatever it is that we're dedicating our practice in today. And so really take a moment to hand select whatever it is that's really near and dear to your heart, and take as long as you need to really pick it out and dedicate your time today. And then when you have that picked out, at that point, you'll start to take the knees into the chest. When the knees are here, we'll rock around a little bit, and already starting to get it set up. Imagine any of these rocking and soothing, massaging movements. They're not only benefiting yourselves, but they're also helping to transfer that benefit energetically, spiritually, physically toward the other. Just imagine starting off in this nice, kind way. And then from here, releasing the left leg, let it go nice and long on the ground. Clasping our hands around the right knee, start to pull it in as tight as it wants to go today. And then 3 times, we're going to let this right knee open out to the right. Get that inner thigh into a gentle stretch. And then eventually pass this right knee over to the left to a partial twist. We'll take 3 rounds of that. Don't feel any sort of rush, but we're helping to ease into this hip, this leg, to help the other. So here we're eventually heading for 2. And then the 3rd time that we cross over, stay in the spinal twist. So it's absolutely fine if it's more of a restorative twist, not super deep at all. It could also be quite deep. Listen not necessarily to your system, but try to connect with that other and what type of a twist would be most beneficial. Another good inhale. Exhale, we'll start to return this right hip to the ground. Let this right leg go up to the sky. We're grabbing onto the back side of it. Just pulling it in for a nice initial stretch for that right side. breaths to help those areas continue to lengthen. If it feels nice to add a little bit of freedom into the foot and ankle, maybe you're letting that roll for a moment. Beautiful. From here, we release our hands, the leg stays up, and we're going to take huge circles. So cross this right leg past the midline over to left, circle it down, wide, and then up, and 4 more times to that direction. So 4, I like to do the inhale when I come up, exhale when I go down, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Take this right ankle, slide the left leg in, place the right ankle to left thigh, then do that nice little hug around left to help introduce the right hip into a nice depth. And again, while your body obviously is benefiting, it's almost like that quantum entanglement is happening, that the benefits are also transferred to the other. So see if you can tune into how the other feels. And in that way, we're helping their system out by us doing these nice, beautiful, relaxing depths. Two more breaths. Try to make these the deepest breaths of the pose. As we release this right leg, it'll drop all the way down to the ground. Hug around this left knee, pull it in. To continue to ease this hip a little bit deeper, we'll start to let the leg go wide. Nice and slow, eventually it will cross over to a partial twist. And we'll do 2 more of those. Good. On the third one, we'll stay. Again, the depth that you travel isn't necessarily your body's depth, but listen to the other. What amount would be peaceful and kind and loving? Would it be easier to have more of the kind of restorative version where the knees up, or the deeper version where we're trying to explore the very edge of possibilities? Another nice inhale. Exhale, hips down, left leg up. Take some time for this leg, no matter how high or how deep it wants to go. We're gently giving it time and space to start expanding in its depth. Maybe the ankle wants some attention for this last breath or 2 here. We can place this ankle up on the thigh, hug around right. Give it the time and space that it needs right here, right now. Beautiful. Making sure we include the strengthening part. When we drop this right back down, the left goes up to the sky. Let's cross it past midline. Drop it down, around, and up. Take it for 4. Exhale. Inhale. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful. From here, the leg drops down to the ground. We'll take another stretch while we're on our back here. This will be the banana stretch. Arms come up overhead. And first things first, let's take the left ankle crossing over the right ankle. Scoot both legs off to the right side. From here, holding onto the left wrist, start to scoot the shoulders off the right side. So both shoulders, both hips stay on the earth, but we're leaning laterally toward that side. And start to try to breathe. Deep, beautiful breaths into those left ribs, opening up spaces where maybe there was not previously any spare room. And as we loosen up this side, we'll head to the banana on the other. So coming back onto the mat, this one is right ankle over, legs to the left. Hold onto right wrist and shoulders scoot a little bit off to the left. Once again, tune into the ribs. Can we create space in those ribs? It's as if the deeper we can build our lung capacity, the deeper the openness of our body can become. Let's try one more huge cycle. Deep inhale. Good. Exhale. We're going to make our way back onto the mat. Take the knees into the chest. And here we're going to start rolling like a ball. So let's take around 5 cycles as long as the spine's okay. Rocking back and up. Feel that nice massage, opening areas of our spine that might have been tight from any current events going on. Good. So this next time we come back, come up and pause in boat pose. This can be with the knees bent. It can be with the hands on or released. It can be with legs straight. Let's hold for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to get the bottoms of feet to touch together. Bring it into cobbler. Lift the spine up tall before we tilt forward. And as we come toward this gradual release, hands can stay here or go to the ground. And just start to feel any tension in the upper back and the lower back. Start to feel any of that stuff beginning to just expand, breathing space to the spots that might have been tight recently. Again, returning to that person that or place or thing that we're dedicating our practice to today. Feel how they're receiving all sorts of benefits. And it's all because we love them. So from here, walk up enough that you can free the right leg open. The left foot is still tucked in. Once we're there, lean back forward toward up. Start to feel a whole new world starting to open up on that right side. If you're ever in a spot where the depth doesn't feel quite as much as you prefer, you can always increase it by straightening the low back, focusing on that area, and then maybe releasing back forward. Start to walk the hands to surround the right leg and really observe how this gets into the low back on that left hand. So try to breathe and expand through that space. Nice inhale. Exhale, we'll work our way up so that we can switch the legs out. Once left is open, return to lean forward. You're welcome to ease into the journey, so maybe the low back wants to lengthen before a deeper release. Begin to walk over toward that left side, especially feeling the low back start to ease. Inhale, exhale. We'll start to inflate our way back up, rising. From here, we'll take both legs underneath our body. We'll start to take a couple of the cat-cows. So don't feel like you're in any sort of a rush. Just feel how the muscles want to ease their way up and down. Few more rounds. Good, and then we'll add in a little bit of strengthening. I find it helpful in this next one to keep the toes tucked as we come up to a nice high kneeling place. Essentially, this reminds me of a backstroke, so we'll start with the arms floating right in front of us. Yeah, take your time getting set up. Okay, so from arms floating right in front of us, one arm is going to circle back like a backstroke. We also lean partway backwards, and then as the arm continues to circle forward, our spine comes right back upright where we were. Then the second arm circles back, we lean, and return right back to start. Just take that nice exhale. Inhale at the beginning. Gentle strength in the quads as the quads make sure that we don't go back too far. 3 more each. Two. And 1. Beautiful. As we drop back down, from here, the right arm is going to extend to front of room, left leg to back of room, opposites. You can hold here or take 5 cycles, exhale, coming together underneath. Inhale, extend. Here's 4. No sense of hurry. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now, just the knee comes down. The right arm floats up to the sky. Pause and take a few bonus little wrist rolls, loosening up the wrists. Good. Now, thread that shoulder all the way to try to rest on the ground. The left hand can either stretch toward top of mat or around low back, whatever feels the most beneficial to the body right now. Feel how the heart rate was increased from what we were just doing. And so notice how by slowing the breath, we're able to slow down the heart rate. We'll take 2 more slow cycles. When you finish, left hand slides in. Press into it to gently support your spine back up. Once you're there, take a cat, a nice cow, and then right back to neutral, left arm forward, right leg back. So we got 5 cycles. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Just the knee comes down. This left arm reaches up to the sky. Pause for some wrist rolls. And then thread the shoulder all the way through. Good. If the right hand wants to go forward or wrap, that's okay. Yeah, just make sure you're facing the other side of the room. Good. Again, slow down the heart rate by slowing the breath. Two more cycles. You finish the second exhale, right hand comes in front of the face. Press into it to support the spine. Once again, cat and cow. Beautiful. Spine at neutral. We'll go for a nice toe stretch. So tuck the toes. We'll start to transfer some weight back. If you need to stay forward like this, that's a little bit more gentle. Coming up onto be much more upright on our legs is deeper. At any point, if you need to come forward, that'll lessen the intensity. But the idea here is that we're breathing into the intensity to give space for the person that we're dedicating our practice to, so that in their hard, tight areas of their life, they can also breathe space into it. So we'll be here a little bit longer than normal. Try to just keep this breath flowing, and always, if it gets too intense, start to lean forward. That'll lessen it. Presence with what is occurring. Slowing the system down. We'll take about 3 more slow breaths. The third one, we can come forward. You know the drill, the nice little circles for the toes. Or if pounding feels a little bit better, that's fine. Whatever helps to loosen up all the tightness that we've just uncovered. Beautiful. So from this spot, we'll either go to kneeling plank, walking the hands forward, or full plank is fine. We'll just take a nice count of 5 or so to lower down to the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Belly all the way to the earth. From here, hands will float about an inch or two above the ground. The legs squeeze together like a mermaid tail. With our inhales, we're going to lift chest and legs. Exhales down. We'll do 9 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. As we drop the hands down, you can either be in a baby cobra or a full cobra, whatever the spine feels good for. We'll pause here for 3, 2, 1, and then shift back, take a little bit of time in a nice child pose. So the spine get this counter stretch after such a good back bend. From here, we'll start to take a nice downward facing dog. If the feet are still tight, the down dog could be about rolling through the feet. If you prefer to start working up the calves and up the hamstrings, focus on those areas instead. Movement is absolutely welcome. You can take 2 or 3 more breaths, however long still feels good. Eventually, we will make our way up toward the top of the mat. No rush. So eventually working up to a nice standing forward fold at the top. When we get here, let's try to rock our weight a little bit forward and a little bit backward to help our feet ease into a nice sense of groundedness by helping us make contact with all those points. And then settling towards stillness, take another full breath in and out. Following inhale to rise. And exhale down toward the heart. Good. A lateral bend, right hand on right thigh. Left hand circles up to the sky, and then we lean. Breathe into the ribs, into the shoulder, into all those things over here. Nice inhale. Exhale, come up, switch sides. And breathe into the side as well. Starting to rise. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale as we slide our hands down, just right foot lunges back. Drop that right knee down. We're in a good lunge shape, so make sure the knee does not go past the toes as we sink the hips forward. Otherwise, front toes can scoot forward. And then from the hips being in that forward arrangement, start to walk the hands up to the thigh if balance is there. And if balance is still okay, what we're going to do is take thumbs up to each side. With every inhale, thumbs go up. With every exhale, thumbs go down. We're going to repeat this for a little while to help warm up the strength of the shoulders. Maybe 5 more rotations of the thumb. Good. As we finish that last one, hips go over the back knee, hands drop down to half split. Just relaxing, easing the torso close to the thigh. You can test out taking this right hand to the outside of the left leg, winding both hands to that direction as long as balance is there. This can help our spine to get brought into a nice kind of twisted, rotated shape. So just enjoy that extra peaceful place right there. We bring the hands back onto the mat. We're going to head to pyramid pose. So front toes can go down. Tucking the back toes, we lift that leg up and continue to slide the foot in until the heel can be all the way flat on the ground. Both heels, both feet. Make sure we've got our front leg aiming towards straight. So if you ever need to walk up a bit higher to help it go straighter, that's fine. Otherwise, just ease into it. One more inhale, exhale, and then start to bend the front knee, sweep the arms up. We end up in warrior one. Beautiful. And from warrior one here, right elbow is going to start winding under left elbow for eagle's arms, or as close as you can get it. Front knee is still bent. We're going to start taking 5 slow cycles. With an exhale, we bring the elbows into the belly button. With the inhale, we lift the elbows up to a slight back bend. So take it nice and slow. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Torso comes back upright. From here, we're going to start shifting our weight onto the front leg for a warrior 3 variation. The toes can be at a low angle behind us, or we can start lifting them up toward more like a 90-degree angle. So find a good balance spot for 3, 2, 1, and then that back leg starts to hover in front of our body. Cross it over for eagle's pose. It can land on the toes on the ground, or it can be the complete eagle wind. 3, 2, 1, just the feet unwind. Leave the arms here and give them some freedom. They can go left, right, up, down, forward, backward. Try to just use the elbows to ease into tight spots in the back and in the shoulders. Good. One more inhale. Exhale when we release. Make the arms like noodles, very loose. Start to swing them left and right, almost like we're inside of a washing machine, just letting it, whack us left and right. Almost like a gentle pressure massage right onto the body. Also loosening up the arms as we go. So much tension just falling right out of our system. So start to aim back towards stillness here. And then we'll take a nice inhale, reach up to the sky as we aim to second side. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, long straight spine. Exhale, sliding back down. Left foot goes back or second leg if you had it switched. Once it's there, drop the knee down. If the hands can go to the thigh, that's fine. We're already sinking hips forward. If the balance is okay, thumbs out. Inhales, the thumbs are up. Exhales, rotate down. For 5 more sets. Good. Front leg can straighten. Drop the hands down to that nice half split. We can try out our balance, walking the hands to the outside of that front leg. As we start to come back forward, this is heading toward the pyramid pose, so we need to plant the front foot, lift up the back knee, scoot it in until the back heel is down, and then we've wound ourselves up toward pyramid. If you need to go higher, that's fine. Lower is fine, your choice. That knee bends. Start to rise our way up toward that warrior one. Arms up for just a moment. And then this time, left elbow comes under the right for the eagle's arms. Keeping the front knee with that gentle bend. We use our exhale to curl into the belly. Inhale to rise. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Torso upright. We'll start to shift our weight onto the front foot. The back toes can be low angle or maybe lifting a bit higher for this warrior 3 variation. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Torso rises, this leg floats in front. Cross it over either on the floor or for eagle's pose wrap. Sitting down. Good. Sink into the standing foot. Feel that groundedness. Giving the groundedness not just to ourselves but to the other. 3, 2, 1. Just unwind the legs. Elbows have some freedom for a moment. Find those spots that are especially tight for your body. Give it space and breath. Good. And then as we unwind the arms, they're loose, they're shifting left and right. Nice and noodly. Feel all that tension just no longer in our system, dropping right to the floor. Good. Starting to unwind back towards stillness. And then we'll step the feet a little bit wider to take a nice wide angle forward fold. You get to choose your hand position here. So hands can walk through the legs. Hands can grab onto ankles or any other variation that just feels good for your body and for the other. Hands underneath us. We'll prepare for a nice yogic squat malasana by heel-toeing the feet just a bit wider than hips. Then we start to sit down all the way low, elbows press into the knees. We're feeling the hips expand. If balance is precarious, just staying could be wonderful. Otherwise, a nice twist by dropping our right hand down and simply reach our left hand up to the sky, like the vibration that we're trying to raise ourselves up to. Feel yourself reaching, feel the other one reaching. And then we gently unwind back to the center. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down, feel the earth. And then reach up to that sky, that high vibration. By us raising ourselves up, we will also naturally raise others. Good, return. One more full breath cycles here. Then as hands start to drop down, straighten the legs, tilt the feet in to be just about hip distance wide. So from here, let's take an inhale, slide the hands up the shins, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands down to the floor. Start to step back to plank or kneeling plank. Strongly lower chaturanga. Just choose your back bend, the amount that will feel perfect for your spine. Nice inhale. And then exhale, shift up to our last down dog of the day. Lifting hips nice and high, feel the legs free, stretching. And as we lower onto knees, we're going to take a nice wrist stretch. So the hands rotate so thumbs go outward, middle fingers are toward the knees. If you already feel wrist stretching, just stay. Otherwise, back your hips backwards until you feel the wrist start to open up. And then in that spot, we'll take a few good breaths. Good. Come forward. Gently, we'll pick the hands up. Just roll them out for a moment. Good. And then to get the back side of the wrist, we're just going to take one at a time. So let the right back of the hand press down. Again, if this is enough wrist stretch, just stay. If you need your hips to sink backward to increase the depth, that is an option. And as we come forward, we pick this right hand up. It might feel good just to open and close it a few times. Sometimes rolling feels nice, or even shaking. Good, so keep on loosening it up until that right hand feels free and we're able to tuck the left, place the back of the hand down, and if you need more, you'll back the hips backwards. Good. Moving forward, we pick up the hands, same thing, maybe open and close, maybe rolls or shakes. Beautiful. Coming down to sit. We'll leave the left leg, we'll cradle out the right shin. So maybe hands holding on. You can slide to wrists, elbows, forearms, whatever depth feels okay, and then lifting the spine up as tall as it can go. Let's rock it out. Okay, and when we set this right shin on top of the left, let the posture lift up nice and tall. We'll start to lean forward, fingers on the ground. Maybe continue to walk further forward if the hips have some space. Huge breaths, breathing into the deepest, tightest spots. And planting the hands, let's start to walk our way back in. We'll drop this right shin down and cradle out the left. Try to straighten the posture, get it set up as tight as it can go, and then begin to rock it out left and right. Beautiful. The shin is welcome to stack. You can always drop it down to cross leg if that works better for the sitting bones, but once it's there, posture tall, start to lean forward, fingers finding the ground, and maybe there's still space to travel forward. Take a good inhale. Exhale, start to return. And this is the point we're going to start easing our way towards Shavasana. So if there's other seated or other laying poses, your body and the body of the other would love for you to explore before we're completely wrapped up to Shavasana. Take as much time as you need, heading into any of those last easeful, loosening postures. Sooner or later, you'll feel ready to relax all the way down, but no rush. Don't feel any sense of hurry. You're simply listening to the body, to its needs, and giving it these last poses like medicine. As you find yourself in this comfortable Shavasana, imagine that each breath you take is a blessing for the dedicated person, place, or thing. Maybe on one exhale, you're sending out love. Maybe on the next, you're sending out happiness. Maybe the next one is peace. And just continue to send out blessings. As much gratitude, as much compassion, as much kindness as we're able to muster. We're spreading that right here in this Shavasana through the very act of breathing. So let these breaths be profound and bountiful. Just continuing in that rhythm for the next several minutes here. Begin to deepen inhales and exhales. Introducing little movements back to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Eventually taking a nice fetal position off to one side. Enjoying 2 or 3 good deep breaths until sooner or later you feel ready to come up to a comfortable seated place. So here's the hands joined together in front of the heart. It's like a grand reconnection with our dedicated other. And we continue to send them wishes of love and happiness and peace, because in doing so, we're raising our vibration. And even just for a moment, we imagine we're helping theirs as well, making the world itself a better place to live in. And so with this dedication and with this hope for all of humanity to lead us on, let's wrap up the time we got to share together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.